guys. I was hoping I'd never have to make this video, but unfortunately today it's come to that. About an hour or so ago, Wolfgang Van Halen posted this on Instagram. I can't believe I'm having to write this, but my father, Edward Lodewijk Van Halen, has lost his long and arduous battle with cancer this morning. He was the best father I could ever ask for. Every moment I've shared with him on and off the stage was a gift. My heart is broken, and I don't think I'll ever fully recover from this loss. I love you so much, Pop. Eddie Van Halen was my musical hero. Ever since I was a kid, he was just the man for me. When I was younger, I became aware of Van Halen probably around Diver Down. And I had that, and of course I got 1984 when it came out. When I got old enough, I started cutting grass for $10 a pop back in the 80s. And I would get that money every weekend and ride my bicycle down to Turtles Records and Tapes in Roswell, Georgia, and buy the next Van Halen album to complete my catalog. And it was so indescribable to just get in your fist a new Van Halen album and all these songs I hadn't heard yet. And everyone was just a huge mystery inside. And I'd look at the titles and be like, God, I wonder what that one's going to sound like. And look at the next title of the song and be like, oh, wonder what that's going to sound like. And it was just an adventure every time I got a new Van Halen album. The funny thing is, looking back, I remember thinking that, oh, fair warning, this is an old album. Women and Children First, this is old. At the time, they were probably 3 or 4 years old. But it seemed old to me. But it's just an indescribable loss. He, of course, turned the guitar world and the music world on its head. Not just the lead playing. Have been guitar players that have come along since then that could possibly play a little faster and play more complex things. None of them had the catalog of memorable songs, hits, and just plain singable melodies that Eddie Van Halen does. I can play one of his songs to a 70-year-old and a 20-year-old, and they'll know who it was because he could write a memorable hook and a memorable song. And that's the difference. But of course, his technical innovations did change the world of rock music. And there was crossovers too. Of course, he famously played the solo on Michael Jackson's Beat It for free because he thought at the time nobody would ever hear it. But he's contributed to tons of other artists. He's played with, Thomas Dolby and, Roger Waters, all kinds of things that kind of flew under the radar. Even back as far as 1978, he played a track on Nicolette Larson's album. But just an undeniable legacy, undeniable, and he was always the man for me. Even down to the genius of the striped guitars was just a visual impact for me that was just, I was as excited to see what new guitar I'd see in a photograph of him as I was the new music. I'd look for photographs pre-internet and be like, oh, cool, he's got a new guitar there. I hadn't seen that one. And that was just as neat for me as any of his licks. But he's the man, and it's a huge loss for sure, and one that I will probably never fully, process. Just a world without him. So it's a sad day indeed, but all I can say is rest in peace, King Edward. You will always be the man.